This year, as part of our Elevate program through our development, we introduced the Perspective Series. This was a chance for our team to listen and learn from thought leaders across multiple industries that were sharing their experiences on their career journeys and through their lives. This is a huge part of helping make sure everybody can broaden their perspective. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and share with our team. Here's just a few of the thoughts that are still resonating with everyone.
3 weeks in to the COVID pandemic, this once in a generation crisis, and the COO of Target is not only sharing his time, but his real thoughtful insights with us. And I just looked around, I was like, holy cow, that's pretty special.
I want to say thank you, John Sweeney, for coming to Ovative's Perspectives, being the first in a series of many greats, but I think you've really set the tone and set such a high bar, and I think through the following months we continue to say yes and kind of seeking out the joy in some moments and acknowledging the hardships in others. You are an incredible leader. You bring comedy and humor and light to folks, and Ovative is incredibly appreciative.
I loved your quote of, to tell how good of a leader you are, put yourself in a position where you literally know nothing. How can you assess talent? How can you figure out what's important for growth? Those are some of the things that really stuck with me.
It was so empowering to hear how you are striving to get better sleep for children in our communities and for those of all ages. I truly believe that with a good night's sleep, we can change the world.
You need to have that sensitivity to engage in a way to influence when you don't own something. So how do you work with a bunch of teams to drive something forward when you don't own it?
Annie talked about two of the key qualities that she's observed in great leaders throughout her career. One is honesty and the other was courage. And I thought what was so interesting was that as she talked about her own journey, she truly emulated those qualities by being super open and honest with us and talking about the risks that she took in her careers.
Almost no speaker had a linear path that was just exactly how you'd predict them to be where they are today. And it was awesome to hear how all those unique experiences prepared them for their current role.
You said good leaders care. And when I think back to how you've always shown up as a leader, you've been authentic and always true to that. And that really, it was just nice to hear that again.
What resonated most with me was the focus on relentless prioritization. This is especially important for us right now as we head into a very busy holiday season. Allison, you really went out of your way to be supportive of me, and I really appreciate it and try to carry that forward when I work with others.
I really liked when she talked about the balance between optimism and pragmatism and being flexible and empathetic in situations that are outside of our control. And so especially when she spoke, it was really soon after the pandemic hit, and I appreciated the thoughtfulness that she had around handling the situations within her business and outside of her business as well within her personal life.
My favorite part of the Perspective series was when Neil was talking about how you can't just say no. You should always try to say yes if or no unless. This really taught me about how you should always try to compromise and then try to collaborate so that you can make progress on your goals.
It was really nice to hear you mention how you remembered the specific individuals and what they had taught you, an Excel trick or a PowerPoint trick. It sort of resonated with me as we kind of find ourselves in different roles over the years and think about, whether we might be those individuals for our teams and how important that can be.
She asks her daughters what they love about school, what they love about what they're doing. So many people look at a job as just a job that you go to every day, and I appreciate her perspective that it's more than that, and whether you love what you're doing or not is gonna be what makes you happy in your career.
I think what resonated with me the most was really you framing the Page Amendment as something that not only addresses a civil rights issue that we're facing today in bringing equality to education, but also one that can have a compounding effect. By focusing on education now, we better equip the children that are going through schools today to solve the problems of tomorrow, whether they're civil rights or others.
The idea of transparency and mentorship and just working to build trust within your group.
Talked a lot about growing her company with kindness and building that fostered culture of people. And so I just see it in my day-to-day. I get the most energy from the nice people around me.
Thanks to each and every one of you. as you've heard, you've made a difference for my team. I appreciate you sharing your life adventures, your career adventures, and the different stories that really made up who you are today. It's inspiring to my team, it's inspiring to me. We appreciate your friendship, we appreciate your time, appreciate your perspectives.
John, thank you.
Thank you, Neil Kashkari.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Alan Page.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Terry Clark.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, John Sweeney.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank
you.
you.